Hey, welcome to Talk to the Moon. This channel, we just talk about life in general and anything else that is going to help us live better, as well as maintain an inner peace within ourselves. And I've noticed a lot of my clients talk about how their friendship, their family, and other aspects of their lives that just like brings their lives down, sometimes to a grinding halt, right? And even though we hear good advices from our friends and family and whatnot, we can't see through the cloud at certain times. And we allow these people that are super negative to us, that are literally toxic, and we just carry that burden with us throughout our lives, right? Which drains us, which makes us feel stressed out, and we can't really maintain our peace during those moments. Like, how can we, right? So today I want to talk about the term called pruning. I'm not a botanist, but pruning is basically when you cut out certain branches that's overgrowing and it's just all over the place, and it's not really good for the health of the tree itself. It needs to be cut out so that the overall health of the tree will be better in the long run, right? The time that you're cutting it may feel like it's hurting, but in the long run, you're investing in the better health. And in this case, our mind and our wellness, both physically and cognitively. So if you don't do this, what happens? These people start to like eat away at your soul, basically, like little by little, day by day. And before you know it, they're taking chunks out of your soul and or your spirit through your daily life, which is obviously not something that you'd want to do. And if you're not sure, like, what does that mean? Like, what does it mean for somebody to take my peace? I like to make things as simple as possible as an educator. So if you think about the things that does give you peace, be it reading an amazing book, right? And your mind's all into the book, going with the story, listen to amazing music that you love to hear, and you're just jamming out and you're just immersed in that musical experience. Jogging, getting that breath in, getting that dopamine flowing, going to the gym, hiking, biking, swimming, whatever it is that makes you like really, really happy, right? That's your peace. That moment is your peace. And if somebody is taking that away from you, that person is the person that you need to prune away. And that person may be your friend. That person may be your family member, sometimes a coworker. Now, if it's a distant friend, I can understand how it's kind of easy to not talk to that person as much, right? And then kind of out of sight, out of mind, these people. But if they're your close friends, if they're your partners, if they're your family members, they can really eat away at your soul, right? And they'll take a lot out of you. The energy that you have, the joy that you have, the happiness that you have, they'll literally just chip away at you, and you're not going to be yourself, right? And I've seen this way too much. And even though I've advised, or other people may have advised, that you got to let these people go. Like, you got to just hide my nose and then just move on. But it's really hard to do that. And because you love these people, because they've been a part of your life for so long. And in case of family, they're your family. Like, who wants to say goodbye to family or let them completely out of your life, right? So it's tough, but I'm here to remind everybody that you deserve peace. I don't think there's too many things that we like literally deserve, right? That's an entitled mentality that could be unhealthy. But I think peace is one of those things that we genuinely deserve. We need that. We need peace. And if there's somebody that's out there that's taking that away, we got to make sure these people are out of our lives, right? And without doing that, it's going to just impact you a little bit by little. You're going to lose yourself, and you may be unrecognizable down the path. And there are many ways that you can do this, right? Other techniques that we can talk about in another video, but I just want to remind everybody, if somebody is really dragging you down, if they're being an anchor to your ship and you can't move forward because this anchor is holding you down, this is not someone that is an asset for you. They're a liability, right? So if you have a business And if you're burning money through spending for things that you don't need, things that are just literally waste of money, that's your liability. You got to find a way to cut those costs out, right? And if you feel like you're doing things that's right, marketing and or client building, and that's increasing your revenue, your profitability, then that's an asset, right? If you're eating junk food, that's a liability towards your overall goal of like being healthy physically, right? And if you are eating healthier, sleeping better, exercising, that's your asset in trying to live a better, healthier life physically. So it's really that simple. You got to look at your life in a simplistic lens as much as possible. See who is my asset of friends and family member, who are my liability in my life as friends or family member, and figure out who do I need to really surround myself to make myself at my happiest, give me the most amount of peace, and that I would surround myself with nothing but assets in our lives, and try to figure out a way, one by one, cut out the liability of people that is draining us of our energy.
Question for the moon. What do you do when the person that you feel that you need to prune out of your life is someone who's been in your life for many, many years, maybe decades, and they're such an inextricable part of your life that you're not sure where to begin?
Super good question, right? And I've had similar questions asked by friends and clients, and needless to say, that's a very, very difficult thing to do. It's virtually or seemingly impossible to cut out your family members. And I think those are right at the forefront of people that you have known for decades. Or even if it's a close friend. If they're out to literally use you for your mental energy, your physical energy, finances. I mean, there's so many people that are out to get you financially, rather it be $100, $500, or $1,000, any amount. They're trying to just like claw at you. And that's a hella red flag for us to feel like, well, I need to be there for them. Quick reminder, these are grown ass people and they should have their stuff together. And I understand that we're all at different positions in life. Sometimes we have more, sometimes we have less, but you have your own fish to fry. And when other people are coming for you and person A is wanting this, person B is wanting that, person C is wanting that, what do you have left? You got nothing left, and you've got to look out for yourself. Yes, it's hard, but it's between you or them. And there's nobody in this world that's more important than you. You are the number one. Even if you have kids, because I have friends that have kids, I have kids. And if I'm not well, my kids can't be well. There's no way that my kids will be at their best if I'm not well. So you have to be well in order for your job to be well, yourself to be well, your kids to be well, your husband or wife to be well. Anybody else that's around your universe, you have to be well, number one. And if that person is toxicity and they're draining your resources and they're draining your energy and you can't function because you're exhausted, that's a problem. It's a problem that has to be solved. If not, you're just going to be carrying that burden with you indefinitely.
Follow-up question. What happens when that person that you're trying to prune is someone that you feel that you love them, that you feel that what will they do without you, that you're all they have, and you can't bear the thought of letting them go, even though it is tiring and even though it is a drain on you?
Yeah, heavy, right? In a way, you kind of feel responsible for this person's well-being. And sometimes that's rightfully so, right? If you are a husband or wife, you have some responsibility towards your husband or wife's wellness. If you're a parent, you definitely have responsibility towards your kid's wellness, right? And even if you're an adult kid, you feel like you have some sort of responsibility towards your adult parents. These are all human. These are all real things. But at the end of the day, what do they bring into your life? And I'm not asking that you ask people for money, you ask people to do stuff for you. It's none of that. Are they bringing you the peace that you would get otherwise reading, jogging, working out, musicking, arting, writing, whatever that brings you that joy? And if they're not bringing that for you, that's not peace. And if they're taking that away from you, where you don't have the time to do it, the energy to do it, the mental space to do the things that you like to do, then they're a liability. They're showing you that they're more of a net negative than a net positive, right? And yes, you may love that person. I've heard this so many times, and I'm human. I still love, and it's really difficult for us to peel ourselves away from people that we love. But if they truly, truly loved you, ask yourself this question: would they be a liability for you, or would they be an asset for you? If they're continuing to be a liability for you, that's a problem. That might be a time to start pruning. And one more thing that I have dealt with a lot in my past is when your romantic partner, when you're about to say, hey, it's over, like I have to move on for my own health, sometimes they'll pull the whole, I will unalive myself if you leave me. If you don't think that's toxic, if you don't think that is hurtful to you and harmful to you, then what is? It's literally binding you with a chain, like obviously not a physical chain, but an emotional chain around your hands and your feet, so you can't leave. You're bound to this person because of this threat that they may just not live tomorrow. And if that is the case, now you're the responsible party to keeping this person alive each and every day. Think about how fair that is to you, because it isn't. It's unfair to you, right? This person is being a pure liability in your existence. Now you're not just living for yourself, but you're living for one other person, a whole grown person that is threatening their own life just to keep you near. And that's the kind of stuff, I mean, that's obviously the ultimate card, but you can't allow somebody to dictate how you need to carry a whole human being on top of your shoulders every single day that you trying to live your life. If we got too many things to do in our lives, we have lives of our own. We need to take care of ourselves rather than living for someone else. Yes, we can help people. Yes, we can be there for another person. We can be great friends to many people. But are we truly responsible for a whole human being besides ourselves? I would say no. I think we need to take care of your mental health, your physical health, and other people that surround you. If they are an asset, they would already know how to do that. They don't need you to carry their lives for them. They would live their own lives, and you live your own life. And both of you can live together, living your own lives to the best of your abilities. That's healthy living. And thanks for spending time with me today. And if you have any other topics that you'd like for me to talk about in the future, feel free to drop a comment in the comment section, and then we'll visit it on the next time. Thanks.